We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, we've got a good matchup in store between the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. Major League Baseball on MLB Network is next. Tanner Roark gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Tanner Roark a lot of times gets lost in the shuffle. Really good sinking fastball. Former reliever that worked his way into the starting rotation. 93 to 95 miles an hour would sink. Power slider. Good changeup. I'd like to see him use the changeup a little bit more. Quality three-pitch mix. A pitcher and not a thrower.
Here's Byron Buxton now, and we are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch on its way. And now he'll try to bunt his way on to start the game. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here. Hold on here, though. That was really a close play, so they're checking to see if they want to challenge that safe call.
Yeah, Matt, definitely a close play right there. And we're going to take another look at it right here. Boy, that's just so tough to tell for sure from that angle.
And indeed, they will elect to challenge the call. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will review the play from all available angles to come to a final decision.
Okay, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? You know, I think there is. The shot right.
Okay, umpires look ready, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and it ends up being a well-used challenge there.
Upon video review, the call of safe at first base has been overturned, and the batter ruled out.
In now, Jorge Polanco. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Guys, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Hey, this is a big one here, Matty. You know what, D-Roll? They're about to head on a 9-game roadie. One thing they'd like to do, get on that plane feeling good about themselves and salvage their last game of this series.
Yeah, Dan, they need to find a way to win this one today. Get on the flight. Makes everybody's dinner taste better. 9-game road trip coming up. A lot of packing involved, a lot of grinding on the road. They need to find a way to win this last one at home.
So he gets him swinging on a pitcher's pitch. Jorge Polanco goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Here's Nelson Cruz now, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Cruz awaits the 1-0. A ball and a strike.
1-1.
And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Earl Hendricks.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, the book kind of on Earl Hendricks is he likes one side of the plate or the other. Could it be where he sets up behind the catcher?
It could be, Dan, but as a hitter, that's all you look for. I'll give you a little bit off the outside edge if you're going to be consistent with it.
Count is 1-2 now. Swing and a liner, but foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ball low as he's able to lay off the slider. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. In there, a base hit.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Here's Miguel Sano. as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 7 homers and 14 driven in. The 1-0 is a heater in there for a strike. The 1-1 home. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Twins wind up stranding 1, and now the Blue Jays will get their initial shot. No score. Rich Hill, a left-hander from Massachusetts, will be doing the starting pitching here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, in this day and age where we're all into numbers and statistics, look at this whip, 1.10 or less. He has a sub 1.1. That's not an easy thing to do, especially in today's game where we see teams scoring a lot of runs. He doesn't walk very many guys, and he doesn't give up that many hits either. This is a real good pitcher and should be fun to watch pitch in this one.
A ball and no strikes. And guys, as we take a look at the Twins at the start of play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Hey, not an easy thing to do, D-Row, to get a sweep, a 3-game sweep on the road. They've won the first 2, looking to put a bow on this one here.
Yeah, to win 3 on the road, Dan, significantly difficult in today's game. You try and take care of business at home. This would be huge for this team.
And it's 2 balls and a strike to the Jays leadoff batter. Swing and a line drive, but just foul. Liner towards second. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Nice execution right there. Kept his balance on a nasty breaking ball. His hands stayed back, and he was able to fight it off for a base hit.
Stepping in now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
First 2 batters find a sweet spot, barrel up perfectly. These fans have to be excited. Middle of the order coming to the plate now. After those first 2 ABs, this could be a laser show.
Adam Eaton digging in next as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Bichette at second, Guerrero on at first with nobody out. Fouled away.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
One and two now to Adam Eaton. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Standing in now, Lourdes Gurriel. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball one. With runners in scoring position this season, Gurriel is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
That's a well-placed fastball right there, just off the outside. If you can get guys to expand the strike zone and go after that pitch, you're going to have a lot of success. No luck that time, though.
The 1-1. Waves and misses for strike number two.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
On the ground is short. This could be two. A bare hand for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. He played an inning. No score here on MLB Network. Stepping in, Mitch Garver. He comes into this one having hit safely in his last 5 games.
Mitch Garver.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
No, that's the ball. 1-0.
And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Eaton going back. Still going back. And this one is gone. A home run. Solo shot to right center. Second home run early in the year as the Twins take a 1-0 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
That is 5th. The left fielder, Eddie Rosario.
To the plate now, Eddie Rosario. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. The windup and the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, Dino, this guy's been due. He really needed that
one. Max Kepler the next to grab a bat as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Into right field. That's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting his baseball back.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now as he'll take a look at ball one.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. First and second here with nobody out. To 1-2 now. Has a look, now the pitch. High in the air out to center field. Eaton is under it. He makes the play. Runner tags and heads for third. The tag, and they got him at third. It's a double play.
Batting up.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and A-Ray Adrianza will be the next to bat. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
And he falls behind 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. But the Twins fire the opening salvo as they're on the board courtesy of this solo home run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 1-0 Minnesota. Here's Randall Grichuk. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score. Here comes the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. And he misses again, 2-0.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
2-1. Hill, a former Dodger who was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off season.
3-1 to him now. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Yeah, and as a starter, the last thing you want to do is let a team answer when your guys just scored a run for you. So he's thinking ground ball right here to try to get a double play and end this threat.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. From the stretch. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0.
Ball, that's high.
He's going to have a talk with the umpire after this half inning, because if he's not going to get those calls, he's got to come a little bit more over the heart of the plate, and that usually means damage done.
3-0 now. Joe Pennant waits on deck. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
So coming to the plate, Joe Pennant, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the first pitch to him.
This is one of those classic bunt situations here, but it's not a given anymore like it used to be, and that's the case even more so in the American League.
A 1 pitch on its way. Sacrifice attempt here. Gonzalez for one. Relay throw, but it'll be too late as he's well safe at first.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
At the plate, Travis Shaw, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. He's set and the pitch. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0.
Hey, this is a spot as a pitcher right now you want to get a little bit greedy. Ideal would be to roll up a 2-ball. At worst, try to get yourself a strikeout.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike one.
1-1.
A 2-1 count to the Blue Jays first baseman.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Now the 2-1. Runners are at the corners with one man out. Rolled slowly down the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout, and he's 1 out away from working out of a jam.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Up next is Danny Jansen as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
The set and the 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
34 pitches for him through an inning and 2/3 right now. That's not terrible, but it's a lot higher than he'd like.
The 2-1 pitch. Throw on to first is in time, and the Toronto rally goes for naught as the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, and Dan Plesac back with you as Byron Buxton readies to lead off the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he will smartly swipe that ball away in foul territory, so we likely won't see the bunt again now with 2 strikes. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, 1 away. And with 1 away, today, of course, Jackie Robinson Day around Major League Baseball. We had a nice ceremony before the game in honor of number 42 as his legacy lives on to this day. So 1 away now in the Minnesota third, and that'll bring in Jorge Polanco to hit next. First offering on its way. Pulled the fastball down a little too much there. That's ball one. One out, nobody on. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. Two great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Lifted down the line in left, and this will wind up a foul ball. Now the 2-1, and he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2. This is in the air out to right field. Under this one is Grichuk, and there are two away now.
The batter, the right fielder, Nelson Cruz.
Standing in, Nelson Cruz. He reached on a single in his first try. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Two out, nobody on. And he takes strike two.
Down 0-2. Maybe simplify the game plan right here. Get on the heater, even though he has 5 weapons to go to.
Good slider there, but laid off and called the ball low.
That was a nasty sweeping slider right there. If he was able to just catch the back door a little bit, he would have picked up that backwards K.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Down go the Twins in order, but they're up 1-0. Settling in now, Bo Bichette. He singled his last time up.
The designated hitter, Bo.
First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball well outside. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Back goes Rosario on the warning track. He makes the catch.
The batter, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Stepping into the box, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now the pitch. Boy, not even close with that one, and he's behind 0-1.
I'm sure the boys are going to blow him up in the clubhouse for that ugly swing right here, but he has a chance to regroup. Take a deep breath, take a step out of the box, and know you got a few to play with.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lays off 2-2 now.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
I tried to backdoor him there, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Now the payoff pitch home. And awfully close there on 3 and 2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
Two ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say, that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk, but if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
So one gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And the next to bat is speedy Adam Eaton. From the belt, the pitch. High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball 1. The 1-0. Now a chopper to first, might only get one. There's one. And the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily. So that one wasn't quite hit sharply enough to turn 2.
Yeah, choppers like that make it really tough. You can't make the ball get to you much faster, so the key is making sure you field it cleanly and at least get one, which they did there.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and that brings up the exciting Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's set. Here it comes.
That's inside. That's the ball.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch.
Ball.
2 out with the man at first. Three and 0 now.
If I'm managing this hitter right here, he doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach. You know he's got the green light. He's one of the best hitters in your lineup.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Buxton is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Blue Jays held in check. They still trail 1-0. So the big bat of Miguel Sano digs in next. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball. 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Miguel Sano.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
The 2-0 on the way. Back up the middle. But that finds its way through for a base hit. He's around first, heading for 2. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Sometimes you got to tip your cap. The pitcher spotted his pitch down in the zone right there below the knee. Offensive player was all over it.
Into the box now, Mitch Garver. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Ready with the 0-1.
Ball. 1-1. Inside. Ball.
Hey, even though this guy's a righty hitter, he's going to get pounded with that 2-seamer. He needs to make sure he catches this thing out front if he sees that pitch again.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Grichuk moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. But he gets back in time, safe at second base.
Left fielder, Eddie Rosario.
Digging in, Eddie Rosario. A base hit in his first trip.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Ball, that's outside.
The 1-0. Weak grounder down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for Minnesota. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
Hey, 3 foul balls in a row right here, searching for that put-away stuff.
Now another 1-2. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Panic is there. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Minnesota. They lead it 1-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Grendel Gritchick. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Outfield shaded a bit to left center, the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Hey, throwing the ball great up until this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Ready now to Oscar Hernandez. He drew a walk his first time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
1-0.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
You can clearly see that the hitter didn't like that strike call, and his manager, he didn't like it either, as he's giving the umpire an earful from that dugout.
And a good eye there as the Jays left fielder is able to move the count in his favor at 2-1 now.
Got to find a way to get back in the zone. I know you're in danger of losing both to walks, but certainly don't miss over the heart of the plate and have this guy gap one, or even worse, hit a 2-run homer.
The 3-1. High and deep down the left field line. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Nobody out, runner on first. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Well, they've struggled offensively in this one so far, but after that walk, they've got runners at first and second and look ready to make a little noise. Just need a big hit now.
Here's Joe Panic, reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. From the belt, the pitch. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
Well, they've yet to hang a number on the scoreboard, but it looks like they've got a great opportunity from the breakthrough. Going to be pretty demoralizing if they can't.
None out, runners at first and second. In there, 1-1. Panic is known to have an incredible ability to make contact when he swings the bat, becoming a rare thing to see him swing and miss, leading many people to marvel at his apparent hand-eye capabilities. Especially in today's game with such a high strikeout rate out there, he's becoming more of a rare talent.
Yeah, I just don't think he's trying to do too much. He gets himself into good hitters' counts and tries to hit it right back off the pitcher's hat.
The 1-2. Got him. Fooled on the pitch as he swings at it in the dirt for strike 3. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. Line towards center field. Buxton is there, 2 gone.
Now batting, number 42.
So digging in now, Danny Jansen. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Here comes the first pitch. That's yanked into the stands, strike 1. Takes a pitch high and away for ball 1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
A 1-2 count to the Blue Jays signal caller.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Here's the 1-2. Two down, runners at first and second. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
2-2's the count.
Line to the right side. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Blue Jays leave a pair. It remains 1-0. Now at the plate, Marwin Gonzalez comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Marwin Gonzalez.
First delivery to him on the way. In there, 0-1. Now the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get on by into center field for a leadoff single.
Hey, Dan, as a former pitcher, that knock just took him to a 12-game hit streak. Is that in the packet when you're looking over the lineup?
Hey, there's no doubt about that, D-Row. You go into a pitcher's meeting, and they'll make him fully aware of who's hot and who's not. And trust me, they knew that he had an 11-game hitting streak. And after that knock, it's an even dozen.
So now to the plate, Ehire Adrianza, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. Runners off for second. Grounded weakly toward third. And indeed, no look at second. He'll go straight to first and take the sure out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Byron Buxton.
So that'll bring in Byron Buxton. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. One out and a runner on second base. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. And that's the second out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
So stepping in, Jorge Polanco. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Polanco is carrying around a batting average in the 320s. That's what you might call potent.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the business. And maybe more importantly, his OPS is through the roof as well, which means he's doing it with damage.
Here's the 2-0. Too high. And it's 3-0.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
Ready with the 3-0. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Men on third with 2 down. Lazy fly ball out to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Twins wind up stranding 1, but they're on top 1-0. Back now here at Rogers Center, and here's Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said he's been really happy with how many balls they've hit hard and on a line. Looking at the numbers, they've had 7 total line drives. And even though some of those have resulted in outs, he says it's that kind of consistent contact that leads to W's in the standings.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
For the Jays, the designated hitter,
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Bo Bichette is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The 1-0 delivery.
That's the ball.
Drilled on the ground is short. Scooped up. Throw on to first. In time. 1 away.
now batting, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that brings up the big bat of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Bases are empty, one man out. A ball and a strike.
1-1.
The 1-1 home. Is in there for strike number 2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The 1-2. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. A solo shot here to left. 4th home run here in the early going, as the Blue Jays are even now at 1 run apiece.
Well, you really can't blame the man on the mound. He single-handedly kept them in this thing. But with one swing of the bat, we're all knotted up. Things are officially interesting, and we're in for a good finish in this one.
In now is Adam Eaton.
The center fielder.
As he'll swing and send a chopper out to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
Now batting, shortstop, Lourdes Gurriel.
Digging in once again, Lourdes Gurriel. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First delivery to him on the way.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And it's fouled away. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Pitch on the way. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Back now for the start of the 6th inning, and we send it down to Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Twins to discuss his thoughts on Minnesota's lineup so far. And one thing he stressed to me was the need for them to have better at-bats when they've got runners on base. They've had their opportunities with runners in scoring position, but still have 0 hits to show for it in those situations. He said repeatedly not coming through with the big hit can wear on you as a team, but in this sport, you have to dwell on the positives. He's confident they'll find a way to break through sooner or later.
Off for the Twins.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Nelson Cruz.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Scorched to third, and just past his outstretched glove into left. A base hit.
I mean, that's a well-executed curveball right there. Pitcher does exactly what he wants to do. Gets the hitter out on his front foot, gets him out and around the baseball, and he still finds a hole.
Into the box, Miguel Sano, as he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. This is foul right side. Strike two swinging just out in front of the slider. Leadoff man aboard here in a 1-1 ball game. On a line to shortstop. Throw back to the bag, and the runner's back in time.
Now batting, catcher, Mitch Garver.
Up next for Minnesota, Mitch Garver. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. From the stretch.
Oh. 1-1.
Ripped down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
Hey, that's a heck of an effort by the third baseman right there, selling out to try and save extra bases for the pitcher, but it got through.
Rosario.
And now he'll bluff a move back to second base just to make sure the runner wasn't getting any ideas out there. At the plate, Eddie Rosario. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1.
Sometimes guys get a little less aggressive pitching with a couple runners on base, but not here. That was two good fastballs to take control of the bat and get the count to 0-2.
And it's 1-2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
The 1-2. Fouled away. Here he comes again, 1-2. And this is on the ground to short. Could be two. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Now to the plate, Max Kepler, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And it appears they're going to give him the intentional walk here, so now they'll have a force at any base with 2 gone.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
And now a crucial spot. Bases loaded. 2 men gone. And into bat next, the utility man extraordinaire Marwin Gonzalez. First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted down the line in left. Hernandez is in pursuit. And he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is stranded. Twins leave the bases loaded. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Homer Bailey enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 42, Homer Bailey.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Striding in once again, Rendell. Grichuk. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch on its way. Front door with the slider eclipsed the zone for a called strike. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
1-1.
Fouled off.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
1-2. Here it comes.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 2-2.
Shin high fastball that time. Ball 3.
You got a full count.
Now the payoff pitch home is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
I really liked it. He gave up nibbling out of the zone trying to get him to chase. That wasn't working, so he just reached back and fired a good old country hardball fastball right by him. No better feeling in the world when you're a pitcher than throwing a fastball right by a guy.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. Ball 1. Couple of walks for him thus far. Hit hard down the right field line, but a foul ball. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Oh, I love that pitch right there. Up and in, jam, sandwich.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
And obviously this guy's a double threat up there. He can run and he can go yard too. You don't want to walk him because he might steal a base on you, but you don't want to groove a fastball either because he can take you out of the yard.
Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
Now batting, the second
He
baseman.
almost got him to commit there. As we take another look at it in slow motion, he comes awfully close to breaking that plane, but he was able to hold back. Strong wrist, and he gets a trip to first because of it.
Stepping up to the plate, Joe Pennick. No hits to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. Too low, 1-0. Right side, but it's well foul. Pennick behind a ball and 2 strikes.
1-2.
Threw that fastball right by him. He had no chance to get the barrel of that one.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
So digging in next will be Travis Shaw, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 1-0 home is offered at and missed for the first strike. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. A ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2 is the count.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Toronto. Still tied 1 apiece. Digging in, Ehire Adrianza. He was a ground out victim last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
Swing and a liner. And that's going to be a base hit. So there's the possible go-ahead run aboard to kick off the 7th.
Take a look at this again in slow motion. He tracks this thing all the way, gets his hands quickly through the zone, and just rips it down the left field line, just how they draw it up.
So now the Jays manager will make his way out toward the mound, and a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first, and the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Anthony Bass comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7.
Number 42, Anthony Bass.
Standing in now, Byron Buxton, trying to get that go-ahead run to scoring position now as he puts this one down. 1 there. Throw on to first won't be in time, so they just get the 1 there.
Took a pretty long time for the shortstop to receive the ball that time. So that gave the runner plenty of time to bear down on him and take him out. Hopefully everyone's okay down there.
So striding in, Jorge Polanco. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He's set, and the pitch.
Nope. Ball. 1-0.
Hit hard on the ground to second. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. And with that, the go-ahead runs up to second now with only 1 away.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
From the stretch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Counts even at 1-1 to Nelson Cruz. First and second now, 1 man out. Here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
You chase a pitch that bad outside the zone, you got to find a way to regroup, adjust the batting gloves. Only look over the hard row 17 inches.
And here's a swing and a miss. And that, folks, is a big out number 2.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it, like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
To the plate now, Miguel Sano. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Two men are on with 2 men out. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. One and two. Here it is. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark, all tied at 1-1. Bottom of the inning now. Stepping up now, Danny Jansen. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
No balls and 1 strike. There's a strike with the breaking ball. Inside and high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count now, 3-2.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Bo Bichette. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch on its way. Down the third baseline. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third.
Now batting, third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
In now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Line hard. But this will be a foul ball. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Nope, ball.
Hit on the ground to third. Oh, but it's thrown away at second. And lucky for them, the right fielder's there to back up the throw. So you can mark that one down as an E5, and I bet he'd like to have that one over. Stepping in for the Jays, Adam Eaton. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit softly down the line at first, but a foul ball here, 0-1.
Well, the Blue Jays have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. They're hoping they get it right now. This would sure be a good time.
0-1, here's the pitch. Just behind the fastball there, 2 strikes now.
With the way this guy's throwing on the mound, you cannot be chasing. You have to set your sights a little bit lower and control the strike zone.
And this one's in the dirt. Good work there to prevent any advance. It's 1-2. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Pulled toward right center field. Center fielder giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Lourdes Gurriel.
At the plate, Lourdes Gurriel. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Getting a few steps off at second there. Now the pitch. And that's in there. Base hit. And that'll score the run from second as they jump in front now, 2-1.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one that makes you feel really good about yourself.
Randall Grichuk at the plate now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. He's set. The 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Here's the 3-1. Now he tries to hold back on the swing, and the home plate umpire says he did so successfully. It's ball 4.
Oh, that's a walk that could really change the complexion of the game. With the bases loaded, if he gives up a base hit right here, it could get real ugly.
Tyler Duffey answers the call to pitch here in a big spot. He inherits a bases-loaded jam, but needs just 1 out to get out of it. Teoscar Hernandez will be the first one to greet him, and he'll bat in a big spot here. Bases loaded and 2 out in the inning. He's set. Now the pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Buxton is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. A run on 2 hits here for Toronto. 8th inning coming up. It's the Blue Jays 2 and the Twins 1. Mitch Garver will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ballgame. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. Outfield in the no doubles defense. Now the first pitch. On to the 8th here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1.
He's having a great day at the dish. His timing is spot on. His pitching staff's going to have to find a different way of attacking him.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. And the pitch. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 1-2.
Ball, that's it.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you. So we'll see if that's the case here.
So a crucial moment here, and standing in, Eddie Rosario. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1. Here it comes. On a rope to the second baseman, but the runner is back in time to avoid the double play.
Now batting, the first baseman, Max Kepler.
Digging in, Max Kepler. He was given a free pass via the intentional walk last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Runners on first with 1 down. Lifted in the air to center. Eaton is under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez.
In now, Marwin Gonzalez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Has a look, now the pitch. A ball and no strikes.
That's the ball.
That evens it up, 1-1. high fly ball out to straightaway center. Eaton is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. One left for Minnesota. Our score remains 2-1. Now at the plate, Joe Panik, and he'll start out the bottom of the 8th inning.
The second baseman, Joe Panik.
First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a liner. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. Those jump throws are always some of the most exciting plays you'll see. So here it is again with Show Track. Shows off some great range, and it's still somehow able to get a lot behind the throw as his momentum was taking him the other way. Not everybody can make that play. At the plate, Travis Shaw, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
You know, I'm not sure he didn't throw that pitch out of the zone on purpose. They've been swinging at pretty much everything he throws, so why not give it a shot?
Good break on the knuckle curve, but he missed with it. 2-1. Hit sharply on the ground. And quickly there are 2 away.
Now batting, number 42.
Ready for another shot now, Danny Jansen. The numbers against Tyler Duffey, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now. And now a diving effort, but this is off the center fielder's glove.
Hey, this is another one of those cases, D-World, not how many, but how many can you score? Lots of traffic.
100%, Dan. It's not about batting average in this league anymore. It's about OPS. It's about driving runs in at the end of the day, and they got to find a way. And they're doing that right now. They got the lead.
So now to the plate, Bo Bichette, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Soft grounder left side. He's got it. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
You know, D-Rose, sometimes one of your best friends are your own teammates right there. Good hustle from first base to beat that throw to second, and guess what? He bought his batter. He made a knock.
Yeah, he definitely bought him a knock. You know what else he's going to buy him? He's going to buy him dinner on the road at some point, because that's some significant hustle right there. It was a nice play. The internal clock of the defender thought he still had a chance at second. Wasn't meant to be.
And that's by him. It's 0-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Oh, 0-2. Here it is. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Blue Jays leave a pair. They lead it 2-1. Luis Arias will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 42, Luis Arias.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Arias, a 22-year-old, he's a second-year big leaguer. And this ball is lined into center field, and right off the bench he comes through. It's a base hit. And the screen shows the story right there, as that hitting streak will live to see another day. Into the box now, Byron Buxton, as he'll square around to bunt, then pull back for ball 1. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Now the 1-0. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground, and he will make a quick basket catch behind the plate for the first out.
Up next for Minnesota, the shortstop, Jorge.
Striding into the box, Jorge Polanco. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Ken Giles answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one.
Number 42, Ken Giles.
First pitch coming, here it is. And a ball, 1-0. 1 out, 1 on in a 1-run game. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Quick check on that tying run at first. Runner's back. The 1-1. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
And that'll bring up the big stick of Nelson Cruz. Lays off 1-0. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. The 1-0. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. Shaw is there, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Hey, a great win for these guys as they wrap up another one. But a little bit of a sour note, though. Everyone has to head home, get on those computers, and get those taxes out before midnight.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Toronto Blue Jays jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Anthony Bass earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Blue Jays, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 13 men on base. For the Twins, 1 run, 11 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. The winning pitcher is Anthony Bass. His record is now 3-1. Credit the save to Ken Giles, his 3rd. The loss goes to Homer Bailey. He falls to 0-2. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.